Hello, brothers and sisters. How are you? Messenger, Christopher, Spirit World X, the Chosen One. Well, it's once again such a pleasure to have the opportunity to reach out to all of you. Today is August 9th, and we are just a few days away from the application of, or the installation of the digital IDs for the so-called protection of the children happening on YouTube. And what I would like to do is get a video put out to you with some compressed information. The information I'm going to give you is kind of compressed so that before this protection is put into place, I have an opportunity to provide you with very necessary information in regards to the time that we are presently now in, and of course that time being the time of our long ago prophesied to come redemption. And of course, redemption to what? Our redemption as a collective of electromagnetic or collective of conscious aware potentials with electromagnetic and non-electromagnetic conscious or electromagnetic manifest potential. And of course, these two fields of potential belonging to the melanated race, and of course we know them as Jays, and of course the non-melanated races, being the non-electromagnetic field, spectrum field of three-dimensional conscious awareness and having five sensory depth perception and five sensory organ depth perception stimulation capacity. They being the Gentiles, okay, the G's. And brothers and sisters, and of course those being Arabs, Indians, Asians, and Europeans, the manifested out of melanated men and women's minds and bodies, low vibrational, inverted unconscious awareness, inverted 9-dimensional conscious awareness, 3-dimensional in conscious awareness, conscious potentials, non-electromagnetic frequencies existing as external electrochemical automated psychobiological reflections of melanated men and women's internal electromagnetically misaligned frequency of manifest potential from our authentic Trinity's electromagnetic radio frequency spectrum. Now, of course, I to all of you who are just joining the Worldwide Paradigm Shift Show, I am the Chosen One, long ago prophesied to come to be the Redeemer of our melanated men and women, of course, our standard 9-dimensional field of conscious awareness and 7 sensory depth perception and 5 sensory organ stimulation experience here in our Matrix program. And of course, any Gentiles within the 3-dimensional conscious spectrum, extend them an opportunity to also align with us at this time to our natural 9-dimensional conscious awareness, 7 sensory in-depth perception, electromagnetic manifest conversion model. When I say conversion, I'm speaking of reincarnation. As our collective conscious, having the capacity to exist infinitely, does reincarnate through the sexual reproductive processes into the melanated gene sequence mutations that we presently find ourselves in. Now, I want to try to do as good as a job as I can at this moment in time. I just spent some time, a good hour or more, talking to one of my relatives, and he had a lot of interest in conversing with me in regards to what I'm doing on YouTube. So I kind of lost a lot of sun today. And as a matter of fact, brothers and sisters, at this moment in time, what I want to do as a result of losing the time that I did lose is I'm going to spend just a few moments into prepping you for the next video. And of course, it would have been today that I would be giving all of this information, but it is going to be getting dark here very shortly, and I am presently getting bit up by mosquitoes to such a degree that I do not want to continue getting bit at the moment. And tomorrow I will be back to certainly send you all off with enough information to be able to grasp the reality of this moment and your mind in this moment, and the potential of your mind in this moment at that time tomorrow. But just to prep you, what I'd like you all to do is the next video that I put up, which will be tomorrow, and I'm going to have enough daylight to be able to do it. What I'd like you to do is write down everything that you're hearing me say. Either that or record it on, I don't know, one of your extra cell phones that you have sitting around. Push record, and you don't have to record the video, but at least record the audio, okay? It's very important that you get this knowledge, and of course, so that you're able to, after hearing this knowledge, retain it and apply it to your daily experience from this point on. As I said, it's very important that you are capable of hearing this knowledge and retaining it. So please get yourself a some type of recording device and record what I am going to share tomorrow, and share what I am going to share tomorrow with everyone you know, whether they're melanated or non-melanated. It really doesn't matter. Because if you are a Gentile, Asian, Arab, Indian, or European, you, having had your purpose for existing in this matrix program, for the most part, hijacked many years ago by the lower vibrational non-electromagnetic three-dimensional in conscious awareness, meaning I only believe in what I see in the mirror, aspect of your frequency. You certainly have been, by that hijacking of your purpose, been drawn into contributing your conscious awareness to some very dangerous conditions. And tomorrow we will discuss these conditions to a great degree, And you'll have an opportunity, as I said, once you record these words, you'll have an opportunity to hear these words over and over again so that you're able to grasp what I have been guided to, of course, give to you, as well as you Jays or melanated brothers and sisters. Do the same. Record what I am going to say so that you have an opportunity to share these things, because my thoughts on this digital IDing and this firewall, it appears that they are attempting to put up so that we are not able to communicate. My thoughts on it are, if I have to, of course, use my ID to create videos on YouTube, the algorithm, of course, will, determine that I'm under 18 years old. And of course, this has happened already in Europe to many people. In Britain, it's already happened. And of course, this would, for the most part, block me from being able to use YouTube and be able to communicate to you brothers and sisters as I have been. So I certainly would appreciate if the videos I'm going to upload over the next few days, I'm asking you, please record what I'm saying. And of course, learn what it is you need to learn in regards to realigning your frequency, because your identity is not what you see in the mirror, is not your, the flesh that you're looking at by your highest five sensory organ. Okay, one of your most valuable. The other most valuable, of course, is your sexual reproductive process. Your sexual reproductive organs, I should say. But what you see with your eyes is not the identity of a person. The concept of identity being, of course, delegated to what you see in the mirror is a concept that was created by the three-dimensional conscious awareness corporate hive mind. This is why, facial surveillance and, digital surveillance over your facial features is such a big thing. Meanwhile, of course, these people who control our government, they are specialists in creating latex masks and, of course, walking around your communities with, with total costumes on to accomplish espionage or whatever. Anyways, back to what I was saying. This is just a gem for you to take with you on your journey to realigning your frequency, brothers and sisters. All right? When you run into an individual, don't allow yourself to determine, your attraction to them. All right? And it's especially important that you don't do this existing in a society that defines identity by the three-dimension or the five sensory organs. Okay, the features that you're looking at when you are interacting with another aspect of your frequency, whether you are J or G. Okay, you know what those mean. These physical features are finite. These are finite gene sequence mutations. The body's nothing more than a finite gene sequence mutation that has developed over many sun and moon cycles. And of course, the eyes, the ears, the nose, the mouth are just tools for you and I to experience the three-dimensional reality, okay? The lowest division of our Trinity, which is called our matrix program, or the simulation, okay? So when it is you do put physical attraction before the knowledge that there's no way you can tell a person's identity by looking at them. You can't tell if whether or not they are telling the truth or if they're a liar. You cannot know if they are conscious or unconscious by looking at their finite a gene sequence mutation. You can neither know if whether or not these individuals acknowledge who they are as immortal co-creators of not only the gene sequences they're in, but the gene sequences you're in. And why is it important that you, of course, put these standards before the standard of 5 sensory organ stimulation attraction? Because of the reality that we live in a non-electromagnetic psychosocial construct. In other words, we live in a society where everyone believes that, just because we all have 5 sensory organs, that we all have the same field of depth perception. And when it comes to melanated men and women, they tell you that you have soul as a result of your electromagnetic manifest potential, your capacity to reap and attract by the sowing of your thought process, okay? So you sow by your thought process and you reap by magnetic attraction, all right? But we live in a society that has of course, has established a non-electromagnetic psychosocial structure, of course. And, of course, this concept of identifying a person's value by what they look like, of course, is sustained by a low vibrational currency system, which, of course, we certainly have to stay clear of. And the reason why is because of the fact that once we agree to aligning with this low vibrational currency system, well, you might as well consider yourself a serious enemy of the state. Because if you decide that you do not want to go along with the narratives that are being presented through social media and through governmental processes, policies, well, they can cut you off from having the capacity to survive. And brothers and sisters, these individuals who control all of the goings on in regards to the policies that are being written in respect to our identity and, our capacity to survive, these individuals are totally unconscious. They exist with the most unconscious degree of conscious awareness of the three-dimensional unconscious awareness, 5 sensory in-depth perception, 5 sensory organ stimulation experience aspect of the Gentile conscious collective. And these individuals also having a desire for a non-electromagnetic existing also in the melanated races. And these people are very diabolical. They certainly do not have any care for the negative attracted conditions that come to us as a collective field of conscious potential, because when hard times come their way, all they do is print more money, and all they do is bail each other out. And you and I, what we have to do is we have to deal with the conditions the best way we can. So this is a time in our long ago prophesied to come redemption process back to our standard electromagnetic manifest conversion capacity, where we certainly have to take full advantage of our ability to realign with our authentic Trinity's electromagnetic radio frequency spectrum while we are in our Trinity's lowest division. And we have the backing of the most conscious, the most high conscious reflective division of the co-creative capacity that created the green tree behind us and the blue skies above. We have the backing of the High Council of the Order of the Crystal Keys, what the Christian Bible calls heaven. All right. So please take advantage of this moment in time, because it's not coming again, and it's very real. And also, I want to, what did I want to speak to you about? Oh yeah, I just wanted to give you a gem, by the way. In my last couple videos, I talked about the group Tool. Well, if you consider how it is the industry who controls music production and script writing for the news, television shows, movies, when you consider how it is, anyone who wants to participate or contribute to creating movies and things like that, or writing books, they have to first go through a filter process. Anyone who wants to make music, for instance, you have to go through a process where what you're saying in your music, it has to first be okayed by the industry heads. Okay, well, when you consider the society that these individuals control at the moment, this society being a three-dimensional and conscious awareness, psychosocial structure, and of course, controlled by the very same individuals who control the music industry, the currency system, the World Economic Forum, Google, the individuals that have provided us with the cell phones, the technologies we use today. When you consider how it is they direct many of the musicians that you listen to, and direct well, I don't want to say direction, but they, for the most part, they steer the direction of the music that you're hearing. They steer the lyrics. They, for the most part, these people, not only do they not have the creative capacity that they'd like to have, but neither are the many of them capable of owning the rights to their music. And of course, that comes as a result of the fact that we live in a box, and that box, of course, is maintained by these controls that exist for any of us who desire to be creative and be able to communicate our creativity with each other. For instance, on apps like YouTube. Censorship, even though you think it's not real, it's very real. If it's real for the people in the music industry, you can imagine that it's real when it comes to social media. Well, getting back to what I was saying about the group Tool, consider the name of that group, Tool. Now, the individuals who make up that group, of course, they may not be aware of the reality. Well, then again, I don't want to say they may not be aware of the reality that they are in the area of conscious awareness, tools of rebalancing. Because they probably are aware of that, and this is why they created the song Parabola. This is why they talk about this is why they created the video Schism, the song Schism, and in that video you see how it is the male and the female who are carriers of the high and the low vibrational aspects of the non-electromagnetic frequency of conscious awareness of the European Gentile spectrum, and how in that video there's a battle between the high and the low vibrational aspect. And in the end of that video, you see the woman screaming for dear life because her husband has, or the guy has smoke coming out of his head. Well, I just wanted to drop that gem on you. The name Tool is certainly just a dead giveaway. Now, what I'd also like you to do is look up the word vicarious. Now, they have a song called Vicarious and a video. If you didn't look at it already, I'd like you to take a look at the video Vicarious. And of course, Vicarious is a song written about the reflective, three-dimensional in conscious awareness, five sensory in-depth perception field of non-electromagnetic potential that exists as the Gentile conscious spectrum, that exists as the motor of the Gentile conscious spectrum, okay, the brain, and that exists as the motor by the low vibrational field of conscious awareness and five sensory depth perception stimulation desire of the melanated races, okay, the male and female who carry the high and the low vibrational aspect of the electromagnetic manifest potential of their middle co-creative Christ Yang conscious collective. All right. Now, when in that video, you will hear the lead singer saying, vicariously, I live while the whole world dies. Now, when you look up the word vicarious, you will see that the definition for the word vicarious is, it goes something like this. I'm just paraphrasing. Living through another individual. For the most part, that's what the definition says. The act of living through another individual. Feeling pleasure as a result of another individual's pain. So you'll read that when you look up the definition for vicarious. So in this redemption process, you're learning how it is that The Gentile conscious spectrum is a low vibrational, electrochemical automated, external reflection, psychobiological reflection of you, my black brothers and sisters, my African brothers and sisters, my J brothers and sisters, internal electromagnetic misalignment from our authentic trinity's radio frequency spectrum, okay? Because we are electromagnetic beings, and we are consciously connected to an electromagnetic radio frequency spectrum that presently we have no awareness of, because we're so convinced that, one, we are what we see, and two, we believe we live, then we die, and none of that's true. Remember, these bodies are just finite, electrochemical, automated conversion or reincarnation supports that, of course, capacitate our frequencies, high and low vibrational aspect. And your frequency is infinite. So always remember that. But getting back to what I was saying a second ago, as I've told you, the Gentile conscious spectrum, to whom's psychosocial structure we presently live inside of, being called second-class citizens, these individuals are external, low vibrational, electrochemical automated, psychobiological reflections of our internal electromagnetically misaligned field of conscious awareness, which is 9-dimensional, and of course our 7th sensory depth perception capacity, which is the electromagnetic power that actually activated the Gentile conscious spectrum to come out of our mind and our body. Okay? So when you hear the lead singer of Tool say, "Vicariously I live while the whole world dies," basically what he's saying is that it is by our melanated peoples, it's out by our capacity to desire a low vibrational conscious awareness, where we believe we are what we see in the mirror, and we believe that this is reality, when, of course, if you go outside of the stratosphere, there's 10,000 light years between this planet or matrix program and the next, and there's not a flat earth going on forever that way or that way. What he's saying, what the gentleman lead singer is saying, is that he doesn't have the capacity to survive, to exist, without you having a low vibrational conscious awareness, 5 sensory depth perception stimulation desire. And he also is saying that by your low vibrational, in other words, leaning to 3-dimensional in conscious awareness, 5 sensory in depth perception, 5 sensory organ stimulation desire, they, of course, being receivers of our negative energy transmission, will have and existing as our shadow, our consciousness's shadow, will have the capacity to destroy all of the pre-programmed conscious fields of conscious contribution and sensory depth perception that were pre-programmed long before the beginning of time by our co-creative capacity to sustain our infinite electromagnetic conversion of consciousness capacity. they will be able to bring destruction to everything by living through us, or by us living through them. Either way it goes, we're reflections, high and low vibrational reflections of one another's frequency, of one another's electromagnetic and non-electromagnetic frequencies. So that's the gem I wanted to drop on you. Now, I know that when I am talking, I know how to ramble on and talk real fast, but the information that I'm dealing with is very complex, and I attempt to deliver it to you just as it is given to me by the angels that guide me in this moment. And once again, I want you again to realize that what I'm telling you is very real, and you must believe that we are in the end times. We are in the last days. Whether or not these individuals put in place a digital currency system, whether or not they put in place a social credit score system, whether or not they begin to develop robots to supplant the rebalancing protocol with artificial intelligence, none of that will be able to trump the reality that very soon you and I will begin to see all supports that we believe are impenetrable falling apart if we are determined to continue on out of alignment with our standard sensory depth perception stimulation experience and our standard connection to our authentic Trinity. All right, and that's all I have for you this video. Like I said, it's starting to get dark now, and I certainly would like to have a better opportunity in more light to share with you the wonderful information that I have prepared. And it's just all right here. It's just, that's it. You know, I always come with receipts, and there's one from Busy Beaver. Well, I certainly can't wait to drop this knowledge on you, and because it's part of the developmental process of your waking up, and you need to hear it because it is certainly going to help you all. All right. Thank you very much for your time once again, and I bid you a good evening. And oh, by the way, I wanted to say to you, there is an individual. What's this guy's name? Oh yeah, okay. His name is Thomas Bilyeu. Thomas Bilyeu, Bilyew. If you look up Thomas Bilyeu on YouTube, you'll see that he just put up a video. I just looked at it. I just noticed it today. And of course, in this video, he has a guest who's talking about this simulation that we're all in. Excuse me, I'm trying to swat away the mosquitoes. He's talking about the simulation that we're in, and brothers and sisters, what I want you to remember is the hijacking attempt of this redemption process that, of course, is being pushed throughout social media by the three-dimensional and conscious awareness, five sensory in-depth perception, corporate hive mind, so that just in case you run into any of my videos, you will also get into your feed videos that talk about, for instance, the Matrix or the simulation. And of course, all of the videos that you're watching that is created by these individuals are videos that were just recently made. And of course, what these individuals do, they were paid to watch my videos while my channel's being censored, take all of the information that I'm saying in my videos out of my videos, create their own videos, and then put a fake date and timestamp on their videos for 3 months ago, 2 years ago, 10 years ago, as long as the date and timestamp they have on their video shows that their video was out prior to mine. They believe they can hijack this redemption process. So don't be fooled by Tom Bilyeu and the individual guest that he has on, who talks about how consciousness is the base of this of this simulation. These individuals don't have enough knowledge to be able to hijack this redemption process. And of course, nor do they have the desire to expose what's, of course, going on with our government attempting to, for so long, keep this knowledge that you're now learning away from us all. They don't want to do that either, because then everything I'm certainly saying will ring a little more truer to you. So be aware of the great deception that is still going on social media, and I'll get back to you all tomorrow. Take care and have a peaceful evening.